Video today we'll be ranking all 5 Die Hard films from the worst to the best. Now before we start with the like button, subscribe to post notification bell so you know for every video and let's just start. So Die Hard is one of my favorite action films of all time. And the other films, some bad, some good. I enjoyed most of them. So without further ado, let's get started. So coming in at number 5 is going to be A Good Day to Die Hard. Now this film is one of the worst action films that I've ever seen. Bruce Willis, he's good in the film. The rest of them, I did not care about. Jai Courtney is okay in the film. I thought he was good. The rest of the characters were horrible. The villain, easily one of the worst villains that I've ever seen in any action film. The story, I didn't care about anything that was happening. Didn't care about any of the characters. People that are supposed to be important die in this film, but unfortunately, I didn't see any of that emotion. I didn't feel any sort of emotion when they died. I was just sitting there laughing at how bad this film is. The cinematography, it looks terrible. The entire film has a lot of shaky cam moments, which it didn't really make any sense. And of course, it's a straight to TV film, or I believe it went to theaters for a little bit and then went to video. But either way, it's still one of the worst action films I've ever seen. And that's why A Good Day to Die Hard comes in at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Live Free or Die Hard. Now, this film is a huge step up from from number 5, but it's not that big of a step up than my other films. But this film is entertaining enough. You have Bruce Willis, of course, returning as John McClane. You have Timothy Olyphant, who I really enjoyed Timothy Olyphant in this film. Anything Timothy Olyphant does, I love. And you also have Bruce Willis's daughter, well, John McClane's daughter, who I think she was really good. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she was very good in this film. And the other characters, like I said, just like the previous film that I just stated, I didn't care about any of them. But this one is higher up on my list because it's more fun and entertaining, and the cinematography is well done, especially for a film like this. And overall, I thought the action sequences were okay. They were fun. The thing that's lacking about this film is that there are a lot of boring. Some characters don't get a lot of development that I would have hoped that they would get, and some sequences just take too long and just don't go by as quickly as the other 3 films on my list. But other than that, it's okay. So Live Free or Die Hard comes in at number 4. Number 3 is going to be Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Now, I really enjoyed the characters in this film. I enjoyed most of the characters in this film. The action sequences were fun, very entertaining. Bruce Willis is once again fantastic. And I really loved how this film wasn't trying to be better than the first film. It was its separate own little adventure with John McClane. It takes place on a plane, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was a very fun film. What sends this down for me is that the villain is not the best. Obviously, when you compare it to Hans Gruber, he's nowhere near as good as Hans Gruber or Alan Rickman. And some of the sequences in this film are a bit boring. I was sort of hoping that they would just keep up the pace and pick it up just a little bit. But other than that, it's just a fun, entertaining film. Not one of the best action films I've ever seen, but it's by far from the worst. So Die Hard 2, Die Harder comes in at number 3. Coming number 2 is going to be Die Hard with a Vengeance. Now, I absolutely love this film. You have Samuel L. Jackson as Zeus, Bruce Willis as, of course, John McClane. You have Simon Gruber in this film, who's played by Jeremy Irons. All 3 of those characters and actors are phenomenal in this film. Jeremy Irons as Simon Gruber is awesome. He has this little trick that he does with Simon Says, and it's very tense. And there are sequences with Simon Says, some of the most tense sequences in the entire franchise, because you have no clue what Simon Gruber is going to do, who's going to kill next, what building is going to blow up. It was awesome film. Easily one of the best action films, most entertaining action films that I've ever seen. And compared to Die Hard, while it's not as good as Die Hard, it is still on the same level of entertainment. So Die Hard with a Vengeance comes in at number 2. But of course, coming number 1 is going to be the original Die Hard. Now, I absolutely love this film. This is my favorite action film of all time. It's easily one of, if not the best action film ever made. I just really loved how you had Bruce Willis just playing this New York cop, retired New York cop, and he's just with his family, and of course something goes wrong. There are terrorists inside a building. Alan Rickman, Hans Gruber, easily one of the best villains ever. Any villain that has been put to screen in a sort of action film like this has never come close to Alan Rickman's performance as Hans Gruber. And all the other henchmen that he has, I found them to be entertaining. I did not really care that they were just there to get killed by John McClane, but they were very, very good at what they were doing in the film and very, very entertaining. You have all these Russian guys, and it's just a lot of fun. And of course, you have all those explosions, all the action sequences, all the action set pieces. John McClane jumping out of windows, fighting Hans Gruber, and that third act of the film where he's trying to protect his wife, Holly McClane. It's awesome. Very, very fun film. Easily one of the best action films, if not the best action film ever made. And that's why Die Hard comes in at #1. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you know if I have a video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.